Shalom, shalom.
Shalom lot, that's on the comment board. Shalom out. HALALYAMLA RATAZA.
Ready?
Shema Yasha'Allah Yahawah AHLAHAYANAWA YAHAWAH Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah Yahawah AHLAHAYANAWA YAHAWAH Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah Yahawah AHLAHAYANAWA YAHAWAH Echad. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH, AHLAHYAMLA, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops and CMS. Much to respect, just to say, who are laboring in work. Shalom.
Shalom.
To you believers, the Akim Aqua, the brothers and sisters, the prophet of truth. And as always, THAWADAH YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI QADASH. Giving thanks and power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the Holy Spirit, that gives us understanding, wisdom, and knowledge of the scriptures, and to have faith in the true name of the power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Alright, so Lord willing, this is edifying space point. So today's lesson is the brother had another dream. This time in his dream, he actually had, let's say, permission to kick ass with spiritual power, which is part, which is part of prophecy. Right? You want to ask? You want to everything you can possibly remember, bring it out.
I was started in the beginning it was kind of vague, but then it started to get a lot clearer. So bear with me. But I was out of school, most definitely out of school. Again, as you know, if you've seen our videos, most of my dreams usually happen in schools. I don't know why. But I was in like I guess like a courtyard, like where the grass area of the schools are. You got little benches and shit like that. I was there with a group of people, and it looked like there was a bunch of stairs where I was, where the grass was. It looked like there was a bunch of stairs, and on the top of the stairs, that's where the actual I guess the road was to like actually drive and stuff like that. When I looked up there, everything around that area looked just looked like abandoned, messed up. And I remember us being outside, me, a woman, and 3 other males. And out of nowhere, groups looked like they started to come in. Look, they're wearing all black. It looked like they had a black mask on. I don't know how to call it, but it was a black mask. You couldn't see their face. You could definitely see their eyes, but you couldn't see their face. And they were running down to us, and as I looked behind me, they were coming in from the middle of the school as well. It looks like a hallway where you go into another building, where the school's attached to another building. That's what they were also coming through as well. And as that's happening, I literally take flight and started like flying towards the door. I told everybody, I was like, hey, we gotta go inside, literally. We have to literally get inside. And as that's happening, right, the school is so big, like you could literally hide in any classroom, basically, right? And it looked like I went into a science class. So I remember everybody was hiding in there, and I had my head peeking out of the hallway. And one of the dudes that I was with, he was like, we can't stay here. He got all antsy and didn't want to like stay in that classroom. So he ran out. Everybody else started running with him. But then at the end of the hallway, you got these troops. They're like, oh, we found them. So then I go in front of them, and I literally looked at them. I was like, damn, like I had fear, and then all of a sudden I didn't have fear. And then I flew fast as hell and punched one of the dudes hard as fuck. And his head popped, and I looked. I was like, "Oh shit, he's dead." So then the other guys, he ran down to get the other people, and as I'm running down there too, I literally take flight again, and I grabbed him, and I had put my hand through him, and had like thrown them across the room. And then the people that I'm with, they're like, "You got fucking powers?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that." I was like, "Literally, we need to get to safety." Like, then I'll explain. So then, you know, running through the hallways again, you know, I literally take lead, you know, I'm like literally, I felt like I was being an ass. I was like flying in before them, you know, down the hall just to see if there was anybody coming. And I'd be like, you know, "It's clear, come on." And then, you know, they'll run to me, I'm looking, and then I'll fly down the hallway fast as hell, looking down, and then I'm like, "All right, you're good, you're clear," you know. And then I'll fly to another classroom, we'll be in there. And it was constantly like the same thing was happening. Like they would always end up finding us. And I was always ending up massacring their ass, right? So then I remember that after being at the school so much for so long, that one of the women that was there, she was like, you know, she's starting to get hungry, this and that and the other. And I was just like, damn, like, you know, this is a school, you know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, they don't got shit here really, you know. And then the school is already infested with all these fucking like the troops. They're literally, it looked like there was 50 like troops that were there, but I only had freaking killed like 3 or 4 of them. So I know the school was still infested. So literally we snuck out into the back of the school, and I remember it being clear. And then as we go around to the top, we go down, and I remember telling them, they're like, they actually told me, they were like, you know, this place is like desolate as hell, you know, there's not gonna be any food here. But I don't know, I had a feeling like we're gonna be fine, and I took lead, and we ended up at this, you know, this abandoned building. It had like plywood and stuff like on the windows, you know, like where it says, you know, this building's abandoned, or, you know, can't really be here or whatever. I remember I told him, I was like, we're gonna be fine, and I have a feeling about this building right here. And I broke open the front door, and it's literally fully loaded for groceries, literally. And everything was still brand new, like still fresh. And I was like, "Hey, take what you can." I was like, "Take as much as you can, you know, that you can bear. Saying, we gotta get the hell out of here. We can't be here that long." So literally, meanwhile, I'm trying to like rush the shit, you know. So I'm over here flying through, you know, the like the, how you call them, like the little aisles, and I'm grabbing stuff, putting it in a book bag, you know. They're just flying through the aisles. Meanwhile, they're over here like, you know, looking like, "Hey, maybe I want this." I'm like, "Yo, hurry up. Y'all need to grab this stuff and go. We're not worried about if this tastes good or if this don't. As long as you got something to eat, you know, we're gonna be good." And they started to believe me a lot more, because they started to see that. They were like, "Well, you know, how did he know that this building had food in it? Literally, it looks desolate as hell. It looks like there's nothing in there." But literally, they start to believe me, so they follow me back to like some, it looked like an abandoned shed place. We were actually dwelling there too. I was able to like be with them there, but I remember one person stayed at the school, and they didn't want to come with us. They were just like, "Nah, I'm fine here. I'm gonna be good." So I told them, I was like, "Look, stay here. I don't feel like this is okay, because I don't know if that one person, you know, is, you know, if they're gonna be okay at the school." So I remember flying back, literally to the school, to grab this person, and literally bursting through the door. They were literally already like trying to mess him up. The troops were there, and literally the same thing happened. I'm over here like grabbing one, throwing him across the room, punching through another dude, you know, having this dude come with me, and then literally we were able to, we were like, you know, free game to go home. We were literally like safe after that. And I was telling him, I was like, "Bro, literally," I was like, "Gotcha, we're gonna be fine." And it looked like another Hispanic dude. So as we get to the abandoned, I guess you could call it like shed or something. That's what it looked like, big ass shed. We were just in there, and once everybody was there, you know, once we had our food and stuff like that, you know, we were fine, we were safe. And the dude was asking me, he was like, you know, how did you do that? How were you able to, you know, fly? And you know, you punched the dude, and he went across, you know, to the end of the hallway. And I remember like about to tell him something. I was like, "It's all through the spirit," and I woke up. I had woken up. And I remember being excited when I woke up. I was like, "Oh shit." I was about to tell him the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. But hey, I had woken up, so I really can't say. That was the end of it.
Everything your brother said, hey, that's all prophecy. It's going to happen. Brothers going to have spiritual powers so they can be able to perform miracles, have the others believe, like that people shall be willing in the day of that power. They was finally willing to believe you because you was always correct about this, correct about that. You knew this people here, you able to protect them, lead them, right? You have spiritual powers, the standard was lifted, so you can be able to whoop the ass, right? We're gonna get some scriptures that's all related to this, but right, that's basically new.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi from the west, and his glory from the rising of the suns.
West is here, Babylon, aka America, right? And then the east, right? Rising from the sun, the sun rising from the east, right? So it's talking about the elect that's also scattered on the east, that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So on the east, right, like Russia, China, South Africa, right, and the list goes on. Okay.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against him.
So the spirit of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, right? Spirit, RAWCHAA, right? One of the definitions of spirit in the Bible will go into imparting warlike energy. So that warlike spirit of our power that's dwelling within the elect men, right? Pretty much going to be turned up. Standard's going to be lifted. We say lift up standard against him, right? Strong H 5127 news, right? It goes into flee, take flight, fly, either to take flight to the fight or to escape from danger, where you're going to be able to fly. You're going to be able to run really fast. You're going to be able to cloak yourself, you're able to blend in with your environment, turn invisible, because it goes into hid. And hid, similar term, conceal. When you're going to conceal, it means not visible, meaning invisible. Okay? So brothers are going to be able to have access to spiritual powers to preserve themselves from danger and to also perform miracles, so others can believe. Okay? Like the 1/3, like those who are not of the elect, eventually, they're going to see spiritual power and they're going to really believe. Okay? And that's what happened though for the brother. In his dream, standard was finally lifted and he was able to preserve himself and lead those who was leading. I mean, those who he was leading. Okay? He was able to protect them. And then you can go to Psalms 144.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 144, verse 1. Blessed be the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight.
In that dream, right? In your dream, you had the ability to be able to fight, right? You punch through the troops' stomach, you punch
through them, bro. That was crazy.
Doing all kinds of, you was able to fight. That's what comes with the standard being lifted. The ability to having the wisdom and knowledge of martial arts, war, fighting, tactics.
The way that it looked like in the dream, I'm telling you, it looked like a Dragon Ball Z scene. Like, they're just flying with the fist back. That's what it looked like. Literally, I just went right through the dude. I was like, oh shit. And I didn't realize how strong I was. I was like, oh shit. Like,
I think you said like you punched through him, and then while your hand was pretty much while your arm and hand is like in him and through him, you threw his ass.
Yeah, I fucking like threw him off. I was like, oh damn. Hell yeah.
Get the fuck off my hand. And to back you up, to go a little more into that, you want to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 18. I was going a little more into it. You can start at verse 30 and down to 34. Because it also talks about it makes my feet at times feet. Okay. We're gonna go a little more into the times feet goes into. You got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 30 to 34. As for power, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him.
Right? It says he, come on, our power, right? He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. And a buckler will go into like a shield, a weapon, or an instrument of war. Okay? What?
Verse 31. For who is YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI save the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI? For who is the rock save our power? Verse 32. It is YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect.
And by the way, rock will be strength. Rock will be strength.
33. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me up on my high places.
So it says in verse 33, he maketh my feet like hinds feet. When you go into that hinds feet, you can look at as ninja foot, like a cloven foot. So that's why, like, when you look at the ninjas, their footwear that's part of the uniform, it looks like they're wearing chancleta.
Yeah.
It's not like that little thing, that split that's between the big toe and the rest of your toes. It helps you have slower feet, you know, so you can be, it gives you the ability of having like that ultimate stealth. You're still quiet on your feet. That's why like these predators, like these hunters, like lions, tigers, you know, their feet, you know, a lot of these animals, you know, they have like hind feet that they're supposed to spread out. You know, believe it or not, that's how the human feet, that's how our feet supposed to be. Our toes supposed to be like this, supposed to be spread out. But these damn devils, Esau Edom, him being that cunning hunter, he designed shoes to where like the area where your ball of feet and your toes are at, it's kind of pointy. That's why, like, especially brothers who got like acne feet, you notice like your big toe is kind of in. It's like it's pushing against your toes. You know, that's causing you to be off balance on your feet. You get bunions. I'm telling you, this damn devil know what he's doing. But our feet supposed to be spread out like how like animals are. It gives you better stability. You can hunt better. So when it says here, he maketh my feet on the hinds feet, you know, you're gonna have that ability of being very stealth. You know, like, let's say, you know, just like, for example, like in your dream, right, there's like 52%, right? The brother will have the ability, if he wants to, he can stealth kill all 50 troops, and they won't even know that he's there because he's so quiet on your feet. Having hinds feet will give the ability to be very, very stealthy, to be a very better hunter. And then it says, and setteth my and setteth me upon my high places. So when it says instead of me upon my high places, you can look at like some example, like how Batman, he would be like standing upon like really high towers, and he just blend in and no one can see him. He's just watching out on fucking everybody, you know, to prey, the enemies, right? So brothers know you're gonna be chilling up on a high place in buildings. You're gonna be watching down, watching everything, and because you got hinds feet, you're gonna be so quiet, and nobody gonna know that you even there. But you just scoping everything, everybody out.
And also hinds feet. Deer have, they get a back of their leg where it bend, they can jump really high. It also goes into that. And those are the cloven-footed animals that are like they gotta run away from the prey. Sometimes it's really fast, like a gazelle. That, for an example. Those are fast as hell. And they can jump high as fuck.
Yeah, I've seen a video of one getting chased and like
by a cheetah.
And the gazelle just leaped his way. I was like, boom!
No, nigga, get out of here!
Took off. I'm like, damn. Right, so that's gonna be the ability. So having hinds feet will help you run faster. You can jump really far, jump really high. You're very stealth on your feet. You're very quiet. It makes you like pretty much like an ultimate predator.
Yeah, more nimble. Don't worry about being off balance. Yep, exactly. Verse 34. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arm.
Brothers be prayer. In Psalm 144, not only you're going to have the wisdom and knowledge given by our powers to know war, fingers to fight, but also the strength there to bend, like really dense objects. You're gonna really be able to bend the damn troop guns. You can bend their weapons. You'll be able to bend metal poles. You can, punch through a fucking striker, a tank, right? Punch through a whole. Someone can have a whole bulletproof vest on with a thick armor plate, or you can just punch right through that shit. You can bend that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You can grab his whole plate and just bend it in half, like
Rip it off his chest.
Yep. Let's see. Believe it or not, if you think about it, you became a new searching instrument. Because we read it earlier how, it said in verse 30, right, it said he's a buckler. He goes into shield, weapon, instrument of war. So you became, an instrument of war. Battle weapon became that sharp searching instrument having teeth. You can get that one. I think Isaiah 41 is 15. Oh no, if you go into 2 Samuel, it's literally saying the same thing.
I was gonna say, I just read it, I was like, oh.
It literally says the same thing. I noticed that. It says the same thing that says on Isaiah 41, chapter 41. It's not gonna be a long lesson, it's gonna be quick.
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 13. We'll go through 60. Verse 13. For I, the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, thy power, will hold thee. Will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Verse 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Come on, all of it, the southern kingdom and northern kingdom, because the elect is of the southern and northern kingdom. Within both kingdoms, you're going to have brothers of the elect that look like Gentiles, look like other nations. You literally, I'm not lying. You're literally going to have brothers of the elect that look like an Edomite, a so-called white man that's from the tribe of Judah, that's from the tribe of YAHAWAH.
Edomite, yeah.
Yep.
Verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new, sharp, threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
That comes with spiritual powers. You're going to have to have spiritual powers in order to be able to beat the mountains small, it says, like chaff, right? Spiritual powers. Not talking about actual mountains, just talking about, rulership, kingdom.
Verse 16. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord YAHAWAH, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel, YAHAWASHI HaMashiach.
Brothers are going to be throwing these troops in the air and shit, laser beam their ass, going to turn to fucking ashes, the wind's going to blow these motherfuckers away, right? But yeah, Luke, yeah. And then I was got 40 and 39.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. 19 and 20. Verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Right, so he's going to give you power, exousia, and when you go into the Bible for exousia, right, the term power goes into mental and physical power. Power of doing as one pleases, or no, choice of power, doing something along that line, and leaving permission. So pretty much the elect men are going to have access to be able to do certain kind of abilities they want to be able to do. to be able to tread upon the 2/3. So the 2/3 is like another nation. Okay, the serpents and scorpions, 2/3, and all the power of the enemy, because the Edomites are all white men, right? So brothers may be able to do a Kamehameha, Final Flash, a Shenga, a Galactic Gun, fucking Plus Ultra, All for One, you know, the list goes on. Okay, you're gonna do fucking Shadow Clone Jutsus. You're gonna be like 20 of you out there.
Verse 20. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice, because your names are written in heaven.
Your citizenship. Okay. If you want, you can get that with 40 and 31.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
So here, right, in the 1611, where it says renew, right next would say change, right, and renew also goes into pretty much like go back to, refresh. Also, based off of Google's similar terms, it says modified, alter. So something about the elect men is going to have to be altered, modified, changed, refreshed. Something has to be changed about the elect men, so they can be able to perform these abilities, these physical and mental abilities. You know, being able to bend elements, so you can be able to fly at high speed and not have that pressure, you know, hurt you, affect you. Being able to run that fast and not get tired. Being able to walk for many miles and not get tired. Being able to cloak yourself, make yourself invisible. Being able to punch through humans, punch through objects, right? Being able to perform these abilities that you normally see in movies. Something got to be changed, because if we try to do that, right now with the body we're in right now, that shit probably will kill us. The power will probably kill us. So something got to be changed. I'm just speaking as a man, but like, you know, something about the spirit and the body, of course, too. The house, right? Your flesh. Something about it has to be tabernacle has to be changed, so you can be able to perform these abilities. Okay. That's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty straight to the point. You know. Oh man, let's get that right quick.
There you go. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth.
People are going to be willing to believe. They're going to be willing to follow, to be led. Okay, because the elect man got that power, right? Got that spiritual power. Okay, it's going to be a big difference. These literally are the sons of God. You know, no doubt, like guessing. So I'm gonna take heed to him. I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna do what he says. Okay. And that's like you said how like when y'all went to the store and got doing stuff, it was like there was more that trust in you.
Yeah, like they looked up to me. They were just like, oh, you know, how the hell did he know this building was here with food? Like,
hey, Lord willing, was edifying.
All right.
I'm actually gonna close out by giving the much due, all praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH.
Double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops and TMS. Much to respect to the Akim while they work. Shalom. To you believers, Akim YAHAWAH, to you brothers and sisters who subscribe to you. As always,
DTA Abba Soon, Kwam Yasharala.
Alright, wow.
Wow.
Alright.